Today I'm going to be reviewing the 36-inch 3-drawer rolling tool cart made by Husky. What's shown on the screen right now is the cart as it comes, but I'll also be showing you my own personal setup in a moment. I bought this because I needed a light workbench that would also be very mobile. Given that this is lightweight, has wheels, and has an ample work surface, this was perfect. I work on a ton of DIY projects on my other channel, and I use this cart almost every single time. I really needed a miter saw stand, and instead of getting that, I invested into this. Aside from giving me plenty of space for my miter saw, it's also the perfect height to make cuts on, and it makes it very easy to store the miter saw. The hardwood top has a glossy finish, and it's about ½ an inch thick. And of course you see some wear and tear on this because I use it all the time. The steel itself also has a glossy black finish, which is pretty standard for entry-level Husky products. The legs themselves are very thin, but also very stable, which makes the entire thing pretty easy to work out of. You might have noticed the handle on the right-hand side, and this helps a ton with mobility. It's super easy to move the cart when you know you have a designated handle for that purpose. It's also worth noting that you can put the handle on the left side if that works better for your setup. 2 of the wheels swivel and are lockable, the other 2 are just fixed in their position. Alright, so now we're going to get into my setup. The gloss black metal actually scratches very easily, and for that reason I chose to protect it with wood. I keep my miter saw down here, and given that the bottom of the miter saw is made out of metal, I knew that this would scratch it up immediately. And I don't necessarily care about the scratches, I was more concerned about preserving the metal and preventing rust. I really like this setup because it gives my miter saw a home. If I hadn't set it up this way, my miter saw would honestly be sitting in some other part of the garage, awkwardly. Alright, so now we can move on to the drawers. The smaller drawers are about 14 by 15 inches and about 4 inches deep. Since I use this cart for almost all my projects, I keep the tools that I'm always reaching for in these drawers. This keeps everything within reach, and honestly it helps me organize myself, because I know that if I didn't have this, I would leave my tools lying around everywhere. The bottom drawer is 31 by 14 inches, and it is also 4 inches deep, just like the top ones. These are ball-bearing drawers, but they are not soft close drawers, so keep that in mind. If you want specific dimensions, this is 17 inches deep, 36 inches wide, and then 31 inches tall. Another thing worth mentioning is that this product actually doesn't come with any drawer liners. I think I paid a little over $10 for my roll, which is Husky branded, and I had a little bit left over, so I usually put that right under the miter saw whenever I use it. The work surface does scratch pretty easily, so it's nice to protect it when it can. The cart also comes with a pair of keys that you can use to lock your drawers. This isn't really a feature that I use all too often, but it's nice to know that I have the option. I did mention this a moment ago, but the work surface scratches pretty easily. Some of it gets hidden with the color, but then some of the scratches are a little bit more visible. It's not that big of an issue for me, because it is wood after all, it's not indestructible. And I knew that I would be doing all sorts of crazy things on the surface, so it is to be expected. I did take a quick glance inside just to see if the top was removable and replaceable, but I didn't see any bolts, or any way to remove it, for that matter. I'm not saying that it's not possible, I'm more so saying that I'm not sure if it's the case. I think that pretty much covers the overview and review of this rolling tool cart, and my only complaint about it is the fact that one of the stickers left as residue. This can easily be removed with glue gun, but I've been a little bit lazy. With that said, I don't really have any actual complaints about this cart. Some parts do scratch easily, but like I said, I intended to work on this, so that was to be expected. I also mentioned that I work on a lot of these DIY products on my other channel, so feel free to check that out. I'm going to leave that in the description. You're going to see this tool cart and a lot of the other tools that I review on that channel. I got this cart right when I started setting up my garage, and so far all I can say is that it's been one of the best investments. It makes my DIY projects so much easier, all while providing the convenience of organization and storage. If you like content like this and want to keep seeing it in the future, consider subscribing. And if not, that is totally okay, but thank you very much for watching.